Hi everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the WOmentum challenge. It's been 3 days and it's been so fantastic to see everyone introducing themselves and interacting and commenting, and I know I've learned so much about all of you and from all of you, so thank you for that. So on day 3 today, we're looking at the theme Own It. And what am I talking about by own it? Well, yesterday we explored nurture it, and before then it was notice it. So own it is about really owning who you are, because you have the right to be you. So looking at owning your inner voice, owning your feelings, owning your actions, owning your words, everything to do with your voice. And if we look at it, your inner voice, often we get this intuition or this feeling and we push it down, shut it out, like, no, I don't want to hear that. It doesn't coincide with my plans. Instead of just owning that inner voice and allowing it to just speak, and maybe just hearing what it has to say and responding, because your inner self knows a lot better than you know intellectually. You're a lot smarter than you know you are. And that's true for all of us. Well, at least I believe it's true. And I have a confession to make as far as, well, it's to do with owning one's feelings. So yesterday I was busy teaching Nurture It. I'm always told that you teach what you need to learn. Well, yesterday, although I was teaching it, I did not nurture myself. And so I woke up this morning feeling a little bit achy from yesterday's exercise session. And I had also had the realization about a certain situation last night. So it led to me waking up feeling very down. In fact, I felt kind of close to tears this morning, to tell you the truth. I realized that if I'd nurtured myself last night, I wouldn't be feeling like this. But you know what? I allowed myself to just embrace that feeling, to own that feeling that I was feeling down, and that's okay. Yesterday, not nurturing myself, sure, I should have done it, but you know what? It's not a chore. That is something that I do for myself as a kindness. It's a privilege to nurture myself. I'll say that again because perhaps that's foreign to you too. When I first realized that, it was foreign to me. It is a privilege to nurture oneself. It is a privilege to give to oneself in that capacity. So as far as that went, I allowed myself to embrace the fact that I didn't nurture myself. I didn't judge myself for that. I just owned that. I didn't give to myself last night. That's okay. I own it. And I embraced that feeling this morning. And of course it turned around, and now I actually feel really good because I had time to process that feeling, and that only happened because I noticed it and I allowed myself to just embrace it and let it be. I owned it. And then the other thing is owning your actions. We don't often do that. Again, I'm generalizing here, but often our actions are somehow influenced or dictated by other people's expectations, who they expect us to be, or the idea that they have of who we are in their heads. And we let that get to us, we let that influence what we do, what we say, who we are. So this is about owning who you are and owning your feelings and your actions. Often we don't want to express ourselves or do something, supposing there's music playing and we feel like dancing. Often we won't go to the middle of the dance floor, there's no one else there. What will everyone else think? That's probably a normal reaction. It's ingrained in us. Society teaches us that we need to belong. It often feels isolating if we don't belong anywhere. Well, here's me, and I'm the square peg, and I've been the square peg my whole life, and I own that. I embrace it today. So if you felt like the square peg, please write in the comment section, square peg. I'd love to know that I'm not alone. But being the square peg may have the or you may feel alone at times. It may have that effect. But you know what? Going along with other people's ideas and their expectations and not being who you are, that feels even more lonely. And when you embrace being the square peg, eventually you find your tribe. I found mine, and I consider all of you in the group my tribe. So that's one's actions. Oh, here's a funny story. So first I want to ask you, if you could do anything, maybe take up an activity or just do something, what is it that you dream of doing that you're maybe afraid to do or a little hesitant because of what people will think? If you'd love to share, put it in the comment section because I'd like to hear it. I'm going to tell you mine now, and you might think it's strange. Pole dancing. And no, I don't mean what you do in the nightclub and people pay you money for it, because that's really not my thing. I'm meaning that you can do a sort of an acrobatic type of dancing on a pole, and I'd love to do that. And of course, I do relish in the fact that if I did learn to do that and people asked me, I'd be able to say, oh yes, one of my hobbies is pole dancing, and just watch their faces. I think that would be extremely entertaining. Also, our words. Do we own our words? Do we really say what we want to say? Are we direct, or do we agree with other people or sit on the fence? For me, that's something really huge in my life, because I grew up in apartheid South Africa, and I know the power of just not standing up and what it does. I mean, Nazi Germany started that way. There are a lot of factors. I'm simplifying here, but you know, Nazi Germany started that way. Apartheid South Africa started that way. And if more of us had to start thinking about what we really want to say and just stand up and say it, I really think that we could make such a difference in the world, because there are more of us who want good, for not just for ourselves but for others too. So today is all about owning it. How are you going to own it today? Please let us know in the comment section, what are you going to do to own yourself? Because you have the right to own who you are, who you truly are inside. You have that right, and perhaps even the responsibility. So this is going to be a day about owning it, and I would love to hear your comments. It's been so great interacting with all of you, and I look forward to today. See you later. Bye.